For years, Isabella Rossellini, a charming actress and model, has captivated viewers with her extraordinary talent and classic beauty. The terrible and incredibly depressing story that underlies her glittering life, however, is not widely known. In this video, we'll examine Isabella's hardships and how they have shaped her into the resilient woman she is today. After reading her narrative through to the end, you will have a deeper respect for her bravery and perseverance. Let's begin. Isabella Rossellini grew up in a wealthy household. She was destined to live a life in the spotlight as the daughter of two iconic Hollywood characters, Roberto Rossellini and Ingrid Bergman. Growing up with two well-known figures in the film industry may have given her the impression that she had all she could ever want. But as we all know, fame does not necessarily equate to happiness, and Isabella's life has been filled with hardships that many people may not even be aware of. Isabella had known grief from childhood. Her mother, Ingrid Bergman, had a challenging career even though she was one of the most popular actresses of her day. Ingrid's struggles with the media, her personal relationships, and her own health challenges were well known, and Isabella often had to cope with the complicated legacy of her famous mother. Growing up in the shadow of such a prominent figure was not easy, and Isabella has been open about how difficult it was to meet her mother's expectations. But Isabella's heritage was not the only factor that influenced her life. In her personal life, she too suffered a terrible loss. One of the most tragic moments in her life was when her mother passed away from cancer. When Ingrid Bergman passed away in 1982, Isabella was just in her early 30s. Losing a mother is never easy, but Isabella, who was still figuring out who she was, found losing someone as famous and beloved as Ingrid especially tough. Isabella's career has been filled with ups and downs, as if that weren't enough. She started off as a model and became well known for her beauty, but she quickly realized that she was more than just her appearance. Despite her success in films like Death Becomes Her and Blue Velvet, she wanted to be known as a serious actress, and it wasn't always easy to get there. Because Hollywood at the time was known for prioritizing beauty over content, Isabella found it challenging to prove that she was more than simply a pretty face. Throughout her acting career, she experienced both triumphs and disappointments. The role was quite difficult, yet she was praised by critics for her portrayal in Blue Velvet, 1986. Later, she discussed the emotional toll that playing a dazzling character trapped in an uncomfortable relationship had put on her. It was more challenging than the work itself, since she had to constantly combat the idea that she was merely a model and not a professional actress. Her battle with her own identity in the entertainment industry was a major weight for her. As her career progressed, Isabella continued to experience emotional and professional obstacles, which many people were unaware of. Despite her obvious intelligence, she was not always treated with the respect she deserved. Isabella's continuous struggle to prove herself as an artist and to be appreciated for more than just her looks caused her to suffer emotionally and psychologically. Even worse, she was further scrutinized by the public for her age as she grew older, especially in a field that occasionally values youth over experience. Isabella had to fight against these temptations because society frequently told her that her best years were over. Another awful period in Isabella's life was her marriage to filmmaker Jan Wiedemann. The couple were married in the early 1990s, and at first their love seemed like a dream come true. However, their marriage ended in a tense and well-publicized divorce in the mid-1990s, leaving Isabella distraught once more. Her marriage's divorce marked the end of a phase of her life that she had expected to be filled with security and affection. Even though she remained professional and kept a lot of the personal pain to herself, the emotional toll of that loss cannot be ignored. Isabella Rossellini's story is one of immense loss, but it is also one of strength, adaptability, and transformation. She has faced insurmountable challenges throughout her life, but instead of letting them define her, she has used them as stepping stones to become the resilient, amazing woman she is today. If you have been moved by Isabella's story as much as I have, please like it, subscribe to the channel, and comment below with your opinions on her incredible journey. Let's carry on the conversation and show our support for her and other strong female role models. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again in the upcoming video.